This is Rock Slapping Champions. Player 1, playing Tychus. We have King's Landing. And player 2, playing Zeratul. We have Syntharius. So as usual, let's have a look at the masteries. Tychus has gone for the Tychus attack speed, the Tri-Outlaw mastery, and the Odin cooldown. The only one here that I have an issue with is the Odin cooldown. I think the medevac cooldown is a little bit better because it allows you to have a little bit more mobility in the game. Zeratul has gone for pretty much the standard build. Zeratul attack speed, artifact spawn, and the Legion cooldown. So, the Legion Goth, sorry, so that seems to be okay. So Zeratul has already started to work away on this expansion. The one thing you can see over here that is something to know when you're doing a fast expand is you can actually use this probe to lure these roaches and these zerglings away and draw them into the Zoraya Legion, because what happens is that these units can't hit air, and when they get attacked by an air unit, the AI will just try and make them run away. You can see them happening. You can see this happening over here now. So if you have a probe here, it actually draws aggro of these units, and you basically run them around the Zoraya Legion. And what you can end up doing is clearing your base, your expansion, and your allies' expansion, regardless of the race, with one Zoraya Legion, which can make your life a little bit easier, and your allies' life as well. And your ally will be happy with you as well. So there we go. That's one small improvement that can be made on the Zeratul play. Right now we have Zeratul going for 2 gateways, which is pretty much standard for any Zeratul build. We have Tychus going for the nuke ability for his Odin. Now this upgrade should be gotten roughly when you have this thing off cooldown. The cooldown reduction from the mastery does not affect the initial cooldown when you start the game, before the Odin comes up for the first time. So that is, I think it's kind of a wasted set of resources that are used there, because you're not going to have this thing for a while. And this upgrade actually is relatively quick. It doesn't really take a lot of time. I can't remember what the exact timing on this thing is. Yeah, it's 90 seconds. So, 90 seconds before your Odin comes up, you can start this upgrade, and you'll have it in time. So it's kind of a wasted resources there, but let's see what Tychus' plan is for the rest of this mission. And over here we have Zeratul pretty much maxing out on his economy. Zeratul is out now, and now he'll be ready to deal with the first attack wave that'll be coming up towards his side. He uses his Void Seeker to get into position. Hits the roaches with his Shadow Wave, and then just auto attacks the rest of the attack wave. Dead. We can see here that we are dealing with a ground Zerg, I believe. Ravaging Infestation. And now Zeratul has also gotten his artifact fragment, and now he is good to go. We have the legendary Nekara out here, the most OP of all the outlaws. It is a staple of Rock Slapping Champion material, because Nekara is not very useful on regular missions. She's very useful on mutations, but her healing is... Nekara actually suffers from this thing that she's actually really good at what she does. In fact, she's too good at what she does. So she's a really strong healer. And on brutal missions, you generally do not need that much healing. So you usually get away with Rattlesnake and just have the extra DPS and the attack speed buffs from his revitalizers. Nekara is usually only useful on brutal mutations where you are taking a lot of damage. So Black Death, Scorched Earth, Self-Destruction, Double-Edged, Diffusion, I can name a few off the top of my head, where you can actually benefit from Nekara's extra heal because you can actually use it. On regular brutal missions, you should not be taking so much damage, such that you will need a dedicated healer as strong as Nekara. So that is why, generally speaking, Nekara is not a good choice for an outlaw on regular brutal missions. So Engineering Bay, we have a bunch of upgrades that are coming up for Tychus, and Tychus is pushing in a little bit, which is good. But again, as you can see here, I guess I don't think he's using his Shard Grenades at all. The Shard Grenades right now might not be too important because the attack waves are small, but as the attack waves start getting larger, those Shard Grenades are going to be very, very critical for our Tychus player, so he should be starting to use those Shard Grenades a lot more frequently in the later stages of the game. We have another attack wave here that gets handled by Zeratul. Now there's a suppression tower out as well. Zoraya Legion will be working on the suppression tower. And Tychus has, yeah, he basically just has his medevac platform, and he is good to go. And Tychus decides, yep, I'm going to start focusing on the suppression tower. Suppression tower goes down, and that is the last suppression tower for this phase of the mission. You can see over here, Tychus is actually starting to push in, which is actually good. Like, playing aggressively in co-op is always, like, you will always be rewarded for aggressive play in co-op. So, as long as you are playing efficiently, playing aggressively, co-op missions are not really too bad. But I see a lot of people sitting back with their armies, not really doing anything. And to be honest, I am actually guilty of that myself. I do end up sitting around, especially on missions, because I tend to tunnel vision a lot. But over here, Tychus is just decides to walk back down to try and deal with this attack wave, but there's nothing left of this attack wave. So Zeratul is now ready to go, and now he'll be pushing forward with Tychus and Nikara, the legendary Nikara. And Tychus decides to run away from the spine crawler, let Nikara handle that spine crawler, which is somewhat unfortunate. And Nikara doesn't have a shooty gun, she only has a healy gun. And Zeratul now is in front. Very nice Shadow Cleave there, instantly wipes out a large number of units over there. And now he'll be able to clean up whatever's left. And you can be sure that Amon will be sending an overseer at some point to have some detection on Zeratul. And there's a small enemy camp on there as well. Nikara decides to push into the aberrations and decides, you know what? No, those things are scary. I'm going to stay away. I'm going to hide behind Tychus, which is where Nikara should be. Tychus tanking with Nikara at the back, healing infinitely. And now we have an attack wave that is making its way towards the players' bases. And Zeratul is going to be going for the bonus, leaving Tychus to fend for himself.
Our allies
and yeah, there we go. So we have the Zerai Legion that has come down. The Zerai Legion will be able to clean up a lot of the defenders here, and then Zeratul will be able to clean up whatever's left here. Zeratul actually very nice Shadow Cleave there. Zeratul's timing is pretty much immaculate. He ends up attacking a bunch of roaches that are focusing down on his Nexus, but that's pretty much taken care of. And now the first attack wave has come out, and we have Crooked Sam coming out here, which is somewhat interesting. Nikara decides to move up in front and gets focus fired down by all the roaches over here. And Nikara ends up going down, and now Tychus is also getting focus fired down. I think Tychus might be able to survive. Crooked Sam is over here, decides to walk through this enemy side, and is he going to survive? Nope, the roach actually ends up sniping Crooked Sam. Tychus is on here, decides to push down, and he also ends up getting wrecked by the enemy defenders of Amon, and that is a complete wipeout for Tychus. We're dropping like flies over here. So, Tychus drops his Ode. That will instantly respawn Tychus. And he has his nuke ability, but now he only uses his nuke just now. And actually, he is actually in range to end up clearing out a large number of those units from the attack wave and from the defenders. So that was actually okay there. Yeah, he gets 43 kills with his own. That's actually an okay nuke considering the circumstances. And now Nikara is back, and she's ready to go. And now the suppression tower will also end up going down to the large enemy forces of Zeratul and Tychus's Odin. A bunch of Lings on this side. They will start nibbling away on Uranus transport. Nope, they decide to aggro Zeratul's army. Zeratul is in position, ends up cleaning up that side. And we have Nikara here as well, as also ready to fight the roaches. So Nikara and Tychus are fine, and Crooked Sam wants to go and try again to see if he can survive. Is he going to survive? Gets more quick tongue, gets more attack, gets more attack, gets more attack, survives this time.
Our allies are being attacked.
He's actually in a vulnerable position because that attack wave is gonna come, it's gonna focus fire down Crooked Sam. So this is kind of very stressful right now. No, he gets pulled back, that's good, that's good. And now Tychus is in position here. Nikara comes in to heal Crooked Sam, so that's fine, and Zeratul ends up killing the rest of this attack wave. And we can see here there's a Zerai Legion that's being used to just start aggressively pushing, just weakening these defenders. And once Zeratul gets his army in here, he'll be able to clean up whatever's left of the defenders on that side. So we have Tychus, Nikara, and Crooked Sam. The trifecta over here, and they are ready to start pushing through. Again, Nikara does have detection, so it won't be. He's not gonna have any problems dealing with the cloaked units and the burrowed. Actually, to be more precise, burrowed units with the Zerg here. But he's gonna start pushing in now. Let's see what his plan is. We have a bunch of SCVs that have that are sitting on this side, and I think they're just wondering like what happened to this command center. Isn't there supposed to be a command center over here? Apparently no. Tychus does not want to take his command center. He's one basing Tychus, and he's good to go. Avatar of Essence gets dropped now to just weaken some of these, just evolve some of these units. It's really difficult to use the Avatar of Essence efficiently on this mission. You know, the obvious choices, you know, in this enemy base here. But before that, it's actually difficult to find a spot where you can use it effectively. So, you know, as long as you're using it, as long as you're devolving stuff, you'll be fine. Over here, Tychus is just chilling, waiting for his ally to go and deal with scary insects that are defending the side, harassing Orion's transport. We should have an attack wave that should be spawning at any time soon now. Okay, there we go. So there's the attack wave that has spawned. Zeratul is pushing in here, and Tychus is also pushing in. No, Tychus is not interested in pushing in. Just waiting over here. So that attack wave is going to hit Zeratul's base now, which again is going to. Usually it would hit. The funny thing is, it'll normally hit player 1's base, but because player 1 doesn't have a base, it's going to aggro and hit. It's going to hit player 2's base here. So this is going to be a very rough, because there's only a Zoraya Legion I think that has been dropped to save this, and this base is going to take a lot of hammering. Tychus is working away on this Ultralisk. Zeratul is busy defending Orion's transport here, and that Nexus is actually in the yellow, taking a lot of damage now from the enemy attack. I think the Nexus might survive. A few probes do end up going down. Yeah, the Nexus is alive now, and Tychus, Nikara, Crooked Sam here. All of them have died just once, so it should not be too bad. But now there's another spawn of an attack wave here, and Zeratul is, his army is nowhere to be seen. He decides to engage the rest of this. Nikara gets focus fired down, Tychus gets focus fired down, Crooked Sam gets focus fired down. I thought Tychus asked for soldiers, not cannon fodder. And yeah, there we go. Rip Tychus again. Complete wipeout there from the attack wave. And now Zeratul is in position here to clearing. There's a lot of biles to go down Zeratul's army, but the shield guards keep his army alive, using the amount of damage they take, and helping just shield it, just shield it, replenishing the shield for his army. The suppression tower is going down very quickly. The next suppression tower I think will be on this side. There is an attack wave here, but Zeratul again in position. Those void arrays are just absolutely insane. They provide so much mobility for Zeratul, as if he needed that already. And now the suppression tower is actually unguarded, so it'll be cleaned very quickly. You can see there one blink, a few immortals as well, clearing up the side. Tychus is just wondering where are the rest of his soldiers. And you can see here the Abrogator is just instantly shredding a large number of those Zerg forces. And yeah, there we go. Tychus, Nikara, and Crooked Sam have died twice now. And yeah, that is that security terminal. There's one more left. We'll see what adventures Tychus has to embark on. You can see over here, Tychus has decided, you know what, I don't have an expansion, but I don't want to build an expansion, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start mining from my allies' base on this side. Now, I'm going to tell you, don't do this. Not only is this extremely rude, but if you are playing with a lot of people, like I have had an ally do this to me once, and I have actually, I ended up taking out his workers because I'll actually show you what happens. When you are mining off your allies' mineral line, you actually slow down your allies' mining as well. So when you do this, every worker can only mine from a mineral, like only one worker is allowed to mine from every mineral patch. So when the SCV starts mining, all these probes actually end up having to wait for that SCV to finish mining before they can start. So you're actually negatively impacting your ally as well. And the issue is not really, you know, you're taking your allies' minerals, because there's plenty of minerals to go around. It's just that you're slowing down your allies' mineral gain, and especially when you have your own expansion over there. Like I said, I have had an ally do it, and I ended up killing my allies' probes there because I am having none of that. You're basically asking to get TK'd. So Tychus here has triggered the bonus objective, and these attack waves now are going to start attacking Tychus. Nikara is now very well positioned at the back, but again, lots of biles end up going down. Tychus ends up getting cleared out. Heal a little bit too late. Now Crooked Sam is getting focus fired down. Look at the heals there for Crooked Sam, and Crooked Sam ends up going down. And now Nikara is like, well, crap. There goes all my defenses, and Tychus ends up getting wiped out for a third time right now. And yeah, Zeratul is left to handle the mission by himself, which he has been doing for the entirety of this game. But yeah, it was a complete wipeout. Now here's the funny thing.
Our ally
If the bonus objective goes down to these attack waves and these attack waves are not cleared, they're gonna get an attack command towards the player's base. So that's what's happening now. So as much as I want to show you what's happening with this mission, this base now is gonna get focus fired down by the attack wave that Tychus has actually triggered, and that base is gonna end up going down. So down goes Zeratul's base here. Zeratul is probably not very pleased by this, and a lot of the probes end up going down as well. So yeah, 12, 13 probes have already gone down. Tychus decides to jump in. Crooked Sam gets focus fired down. Tychus is actually stuck because he was given a move command, and Tychus ends up going down as well. And now Nikara is on this side as well. He uses his Odin here. Is he going to use a nuke? Okay, yeah, he drops a nuke here to end up weakening this side. I think he's end up managed to clear. That was actually a good nuke there. Oh, the carnage! Oh, the carnage! Yeah, so Tychus has lost 5 SCVs. I think those were the long distance mining SCVs. So you know there was a reason for that. There was a good there was a rationale for him mining from his allies' base. I think that's what happened, or maybe Zeratul actually ended up killing his probes. I'm not really sure what happened, but Tychus moves his Odin now into position, and now there's Crooked Sam. He's making his way back, just wondering where did everything go wrong. Lots of biles have come down on this side. This is actually the last set of suppression towers as well. But unfortunately, I couldn't show you that game because I think you probably wanted to see what happened to the attack wave. I think that was probably more interesting than watching Zeratul just one-shot everything that he sees. So there we go, that is that. There's another attack wave coming up. Is Nikara going to get caught out? Yes, he decides, you know what, I'm going to send Nikara in first. Nikara ends up getting taken out. Is Tychus going to survive? Nope, Tychus ends up getting wiped as well. And now Crooked Sam is on the side. Is he going to try and intercept this attack wave? Nope, Zeratul is in position here. I think Crooked Sam might be able to survive. And yeah, Crooked Sam manages to survive. He is the victor. He is the person that is last alive there. And that is pretty much the end of the mission. Orion Transport has been protected, unlike Tychus' army. And that is GG.